between themselves and Ulster, who beat the Ospreys at the Kingspan Stadium last night by 8 points to 0. The Ospreys courageous in defence, 210 tackles, but Ulster got the win they needed. Can Edinburgh get the win that they need this afternoon? Dan Jones gets Scarlets underway. 13 changes, remember, from the side that beat Glasgow last week. Off goes Dougie Fife, who control the ball a little bit better than that. And they've managed to regather. In comes the experienced Dougie Fife, Scottish international. Bradbury for Cornell Dupre. Jaco van der Walt.
Knock on advantage.
Bergen in the midfield. Nice hands from the tight head. And creating the opportunity, James Johnson for Blair Kinghorn. It looked forward from here to Kinghorn, but certainly the Scottish players that end. Charles Sampson, the Scottish TMO. And they did discuss it. And that's beautiful offload by Magnus Bradbury. Here is James Ritchie, and they're keeping the ball alive really well out here. Simon Bergen again involved. And he's looked good on the loose, the tight head, who served a ban earlier in the season after his altercation with Fraser Brown. And the Scottish derby. Oh, Duhan van der Merwe brushes away the Scarlets defenders. And with 8 minutes gone, Edinburgh are halfway to a try bonus point. And maybe the Scotch broth is bubbling again as the men from the Scottish capital close in on a playoff place.
Hold.
Alan Davis, Dan Jones.
Backwards and then the forward.
Going to turn it over here. Jaco van der Walt, he's got support here. It's Sam Hidalgo-Klein. Duhan van der Merwe, he's not going to need him. Sam Hidalgo-Klein all the way. And Edinburgh have blitzkrieged the Scarlets here in the opening quarter, showing a lot of fast twitch muscle fibres out there and looking to put the Scarlets away here. Well, they nearly got through Duhan van der Merwe. Here's Grant Gilchrist. Has had a run of games now, struggled with injuries earlier in his career, but when he does get a run of games, Gilchrist, Gregor Townsend is inclined to pick him, as he did for the Six Nations. Cornell Dupre, the rip by Alan Davis is a good one. The Scarlets specialise at that, but here is Toulis, and now here is Christine outside for Magnus Bradbury, and that is the try bonus point. And the Scarlets are being emulsified here. You might have noticed we've nipped 2 points off the scoreboard. The first try wasn't converted. Remember, Sam Hidalgo-Klein was taking that one as rapidly as he could.
From the side.
I'd be thinking about taking 5 more points off that one, but never mind, it's gone.
Right, is there a response from the champions in the 13 minutes before the break? There's maybe a chance for some width here. Varndell pops up in the line. Tom Varndell for the corner. Scores his first try for the Scarlets. And the 175th try of his career. Harry from Boyd rolls away from the attempted double tackle from Bradbury and Gilchrist. This is much more like it from the Scarlets, who are settling into their work here. And they've got another penalty advantage coming their way.
That was cynical.
Crayer, here is Dan Jones, here is another try. There is a different complexion on this match all of a sudden.
Well, you said, Mark, that's more like it. What it's not been more like is the Scarlets. That hasn't been the way. Gets injured with a lovely offload. Fingers crossed for Kinghorn. Player with a big future.
Gilchrist taking the line out. Richard Cockrell this week talked about the mental wobbles in the last 2 games, too much worrying about the result and not enough present moment awareness, and good present moment awareness from Sam Hidalgo-Klein, and then the kick perfectly into space. You just got to pick it up, Duhan van der Merwe, and you will score your second try, and maybe that will ease the mental wobbles in this Edinburgh mindset. Final for his country 5 years ago now. Chris Dean, here's Dougie Fife, decides to take the hard direct route himself there. McAnally, strong carry from the former flanker, tackle from Bullbring. Hidalgo-Klein, now Murray McCallum. During the Scottish prop crisis, he picked up an international cap, Murray McCallum, and it's Mark Bennett with that 7's pace. He's got support from Cornell Dupree, pops it inside beautifully to Luke Crosby, and that is the big half dozen in terms of play.
Hold now, Black.
Steph Hughes outside to find a support runner, Jonathan Evans again, and through on the ball. Here is Duncan Weir. Now he's shown a lot of pace in recent weeks. It's Mark Bennett though, he gives the ball to deliver the final thrust for Edinburgh. But yes, Duncan Weir yet again does make an impact.
Well, he's not the quickest, but his mind is...
Starts at 5:15 on Edinburgh, hurdling this penultimate fence effectively, and Nathan Files, what a line-out move by Edinburgh, and they are rampant now, the Scottish side, rampaging all over Murrayfield. Cusp of qualification for the playoff places. So can Duncan Weir finish off crisply, not quite off the post for Duncan Weir, but there it is, the final whistle, and it's just the performance and just the result that Edinburgh needed after the disappointment of the last 2 weeks, Stuart.